Hello, good morning, friends. Yesterday we have already discussed about the firm by Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher. Friends, already we have discussed Abraham Lincoln. Who is Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln is the ex-president of US, and his firm is based on the racial discrimination. What Abraham Lincoln has suffered in the previous lecture, we have already discussed about Abraham Lincoln's request to his son's teacher. And what are all those points we have seen? He wanted his son to become a good person in his life. So, and already we have seen that he is sure about the teacher, that his teacher can make him a good person. And what are all those qualities? In the last lecture we have discussed that he wanted him to be a true person, even though there are liars around him. He wanted to discriminate between a friend and an enemy. And also there will be people who are jealous of him, and he should not bother about the people who are jealous of him. We have also discussed that let his son enjoy the laughter of life and realize the value of hard work, because the easy money will not suffice him for a long time. And also to let him enjoy the lessons beyond the classroom, that all things we have seen. And in the last time we discussed, teach him to have faith in his own ideas, even if everyone tells him they are wrong. We already have discussed that every person has his or her own ideas, and people will try to prove them wrong. But if you have faith in your own ideas, then do not bother about what the people say. Okay, this is what we have discussed in the last lecture. Now the remaining part of the poem is with you here. So let us continue. This is continuing. Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher. Okay. I'm reading it first. Teach him to be gentle with gentle people and tough with the tough. Try to give my son the strength not to follow the crowd. When everyone is getting on the bandwagon, teach him to listen to all men. But teach him also to filter all he hears on a screen of truth and take only the good that comes through. Teach him, if you can, how to laugh when he is sad. Teach him there is no shame in tears. Teach him to scoff at cynics and to beware of too much sweetness. Teach him to sell his wrong and bring to the highest bidders, but never to put a price tag on his soul. Teach him to close his ears to howling mob and to stand and fight if he thinks he is right. Treat him gently, but do not cuddle him, because only the taste of fire makes a fine team. Let him have the courage to be impatient. Let him have the patience to be brave. Teach him always to have sublime faith in himself, because then he will have sublime faith in mankind. This is a big order, but see what you can do. He is such a fine little fellow, my son. Okay. See what Abraham Lincoln again suggests his teacher, rather request his teacher, his son's teacher. Teach him to be gentle with gentle people. What do you mean by gentle? Polite. Right? Gentle means polite. Right? What is opposite of gentle? Rude. Opposite is rude. Teach him to be gentle with gentle people and tough with the tough. Friends, the people generally are of different types. There are very gentle people, right? On the contrary, there are people who are very tough. It is very difficult to deal with them many times. And gentle people are obviously very kind-hearted, but there is a skill of dealing with the people. How will you deal with the gentle people? Will you behave tough? No. So Abraham Lincoln wants his son's teacher to teach him how to deal with the people. That my son should deal gently with the gentle people, at the same time harshly with the harsh people, roughly with the rough people, tough with the tough people. Try to give my son the strength not to follow the crowd. Friends, we quite often see that people follow other people, right? We are followers of other people. We are the followers of film stars. We are the followers of sportsmen. We are the followers of elders. But do we ever think that what we are following is right, is just, is suitable for me? Very rarely we think about it. Abraham Lincoln wants his son to have the strength not to follow the crowd. Because the people who follow the crowd, they do not attract the attention of anyone. They do not become successful, rather, but the person who builds his own road always reaches the pinnacle of success, reaches the top of success. So let my son walk on a lonely road, because the road which is lonely is very difficult to tread, to walk on. And the road where crowd attracts, that road is very common road, that road is a very comfortable road. So tell my son not to select the comfortable one, but to accept the challenges of life. Right? Hope you got it. Right? When everyone is getting on the bandwagon, when everyone is getting on the bandwagon is very popular activity or fashionable activity. Children, everyone is attracted to the popular activities. But you see, there are very few people who love to do something different. Otherwise, you see the people are doing the same thing. Maximum people do the same thing. Their eating habits, their walking, their talking, their maximum aspects are same. But you see the people like Einstein, Abdul Kalam, or great leaders, their lifestyle differs a lot. When everyone is getting on the bandwagon, teach him to listen to all men, but Teach him also to filter all he hears on a screen of truth. What an imagination, see. See, we hear so many things, isn't it? People tell us different stories. And we are so, credulous. We are so, simple that we believe in the people's stories. Children, when the water is unclean, we need a filter for it. Do you drink unclean water? Contaminated water? Obviously not. You need a filter for it. You filter the water and then you drink it because you care for your hygiene. Do you ever care for your heart? Because the way to your heart starts from your ears, and many times when you receive wrong information, you act wrongly. People will tell anything about your friends. People will tell anything about you. People will tell anything about other people. Should we believe them? Obviously not. Because there is a filter of truth should be there. There should be a magnifying glass with you. That is called as truth. And truth is very important, my dear friends. In the last session also we have discussed about Abraham Lincoln wants his son to be truthful and take only the good that comes to him. Tell my son to listen to everyone but take what is good. Right? Do not take the wrong things. Teach him if you can. This is again if you can is there. You teach if you can how to laugh when he is sad. How to laugh when he is sad. When we are sad, do we laugh? Do we smile when we are sad? It is very difficult, my friends, when you are sad, it is very difficult to smile, it is very difficult to laugh. But when you are able to smile when you are sad, you can win the people. You can face any difficulty. You can tackle any problem. So make my son so strong that he should be able to laugh when he is disappointed, when he is frustrated, when he is sad, when he is dejected, when he is forlorn. Teach him there is no shame in tears. It's a very important principle. Tears. People say that the person who sheds tears is weak, actually. But that is not a fact. I tell you, only a strong person can cry. Because tears is not the symptom of weakness. Please bear in mind. And there is no shame in shedding tears. Because if you have done wrong, you accept it, you shed tears, you repent on it. Repentance is very important. You should not feel shame for crying. These tears are when you have done something wrong and you have realized that on right time. And you cry. You admit your guilt, you admit your fault, and you promise to correct it. So these tears, my dear friends, are not of shame. Right? So what? Let us again focus. What Abraham Lincoln wants his son's teacher to do for him? He wants him to deal with the people, the skill of dealing with the people. Right? And he wanted his son to follow the road alone, to lead the road alone and not to follow the crowd. And he also wanted his son to do some different thing that people may not ever attempt. He also tells his son's teacher that make his son to listen, be a good listener, because unless you become a good listener, you cannot become a good speaker. You have to listen very carefully, you have to listen to everyone, but you have to take what is right and you have to leave what is not good. Right? Make my son laugh when he is sad. It's a very difficult to laugh when you are sad. You try. It is very difficult. It is not everyone's cup of tea to laugh when they are sad. Okay, there is no shame in the tears. Next part. Teach him to scoff at cynics. Children, what is the meaning of scoff? Scoff means to make fun or to neglect. You can say neglect. And cynics means the people who have having no opinion about everything. Cynics, there are people, right? You will find maximum cynics around you. Cynics means the people have very low opinion about the things or people. They will definitely label another person. Hey, he is very, that type of person. She's that type of girl. He's that type of boy. Right? These people are called as cynics. Those who always blame others. Those who always label others. And you have to neglect such people. Because you cannot fight with everyone. Isn't it? Because negligence is also important. The things that you cannot accept, you have to neglect them. You cannot fight with everyone because you cannot satisfy everyone. Isn't it? And to beware of too much sweetness. Beware means to be very cautious. Let my son be very cautious of too much sweetness. Friends, the people will talk too much sweet about you to impress you, because and whenever the people are speaking too much sweet to you, you should be always very cautious, because that person is definitely a dangerous one. It's going to be a dangerous one. Rather, you accept the friend who slaps you when you are wrong, but do not believe in the friend who always supports your wrong and always praises you, always compliments you. Because because these people are the real obstacle in your success. So too much sweetness is not good for you, because everyone has some faults, right? Everyone has some loops and faults. And the people who show you the right direction, they are your true friends. And teach my son to be aware of such sweet people, because they are very dangerous. Right? Teach him to sell his brawn and brain to the highest bidders. Brawn means muscular power. Muscular power. And bidders means the people, the traders are the right traders. The people who offer to buy in the auctions. Auction, everyone of you know auction. What is auction? A particular thing is to be sold, and people call its prices, right? 10 rupees, another will say 20 rupees, one more will say 30 rupees, and the last price, when it is finalized, the paint will be sold to whatever 100 rupees, right? That's auction. There are people around you who will try to buy you. Never sell yourself. Sell your strength. Sell your strength means donate your strength, help the people. And your brain, you sell your muscular power and your brain you sell. Okay? To the highest bidder. Do not sell to the cheap bidders, cheap traders, because you should know where to sell your brain and your muscular power. You cannot sell it to a weak person. You cannot sell it to a dishonest person. Rather, sell it to a competent person, right? To a genuine person. Okay, to the highest bidder, the people who are paying you high. It doesn't mean that just in the terms of money. Paid is the people who respect you, the people who value your strength and your brain power. You send your muscular power and brain to such people or such traders only. But never to put a price tag on yourself, soul. Price tag, when you are going to market, when you are going to buy a particular thing, any commodity, you will see the price tag on 10 rupees, 100 rupees, 1000 rupees, whatever is there. Children, this line is very important. If you go to the depth of this line, what Lincoln wants to happen with his son, you come to know that. Never to put a price tag on his soul. Your soul should not be sold anywhere. You cannot sell your soul. You cannot sell your principles. You cannot sell your values. You cannot sell your goodwill to the people, because that is always free of cost. You are helping the people free of cost. You are doing good for the people free of cost. Right? You do not sell your soul. It means that you do not follow the wrong path. The people who are following the wrong path, they have sold their souls. The people who are earning easy money, the people who are cheating others, they have sold their soul, and you don't do that. Teach my son not to put a price tag on his soul. Teach him to close his ears to howling mob. Howling is actually a word used for howling of dogs, howling of wolves. Howling means actually in terms of if you take it for human beings, howling means the people who are always criticizing, the people who are always talking about other people, the people who are always complaining. Okay. So what you can do best when you see the people who are complaining about you, who are telling lies about you, or who are saying anything. So you have to close your ears to them. To close your ears means do not pay any attention to them. Is that right? I told you in the beginning itself, we cannot pay attention to every person's actions, because that may hurt us. We have to neglect, we have to learn to neglect some things. Teach him to close his ears to howling mob and to stand and fight. To stand and fight if he thinks he is right. Yeah, that is very good. When you are wrong, you cannot fight with the people. You should not fight with the people. You have to accept that you are wrong. But when you are right, you are sure that you are right, and people are fighting with you, or people are trying to prove you wrong, that you must stand up and you must fight. Right? Because unless you fight, you will not get the right. Unless you fight, you will not get the right. Righteous right. Treat him gently. Treat my son gently. Already here, gentle word is there. To deal the people with gentleness. So treat my son gently. Opposite of gently is harshly. How do your teachers treat you? I am sure your teachers treat you very gently. But do not cuddle him. Cuddle means do not hug him, do not take very close to your body. Taking close to body. You love my son. That freedom I am giving you, dear teacher, but do not take him so close that my son may take disadvantage of the excess freedom. Right? You treat him gently, you love him, you take care of him, but make him independent. Do not cuddle him. Right? I hope many times we feel bad when someone tells us to do something. Children, someone has rightly said, if the person says you no, do not blame that person. Rather thank that person for making you independent. The person has said you no and you did it yourself. So that is what positive thinking is. Treat him gently, but do not cuddle him, because only the taste of fire fine steel. What can make a fine steel? Children, you have already studied about the gold, about iron, about steel. They are shaped only when they are heated. When they undergo the test of fire only, they can shine. They can have a wonderful shape, either gold or any other metals. We need to hit them again and again. We need to burn them. So the same with the man also, right? We all human beings, children, easy roads never make a good pilot, right? Good weather never make, easy roads never make a good driver. Good weather never makes a good pilot, right? So life without challenges never make a perfect person. If you want to become a perfect person, you need to undergo a lot of sufferings. You need to undergo a lot of hardships. So Abraham Lincoln wants his son's teacher to make his son a perfect person who can undergo difficulties without any complaints. Right? Let him have the courage to be impatient. Let him have the patience to be brave. See, when you read these two lines, what comes to your mind? You get little confused. Let him have the courage to be impatient. You may think, sir, how? Why we require courage to be impatient? Because you see, impatience is very obvious. It's very instinct. It's very natural to become impatient immediately. But why we require the courage? Because it has a different meaning. Because children, you should be impatient to learn something, right? This is a very different meaning. You should be impatient for the great things, right? And for that you need to have a courage. When to be impatient and when to keep your patience. You need to be very courageous for that. Let him have the patience to be brave. Again, it is opposite of this. A brave person, right? A brave person is he who has a patience. Impatient person cannot be called as a brave, right? Because bravery doesn't mean that you are extremely impatient. You need to be very patient. Patient means it's not like patient in the hospital, right? Patient means you are having the patience. You can hold on. So let him have the patience to be brave. Teach him always to have sublime faith in himself. Sublime means supreme faith. Supreme. Friends, one must have faith in himself. Then we can have faith in everything. If you do not have faith in yourself, you cannot put faith in others. Right? So whenever you are doing any work, you first should have faith in yourself. Then you can have faith in the mankind. Because then he will have sublime faith in mankind. Mankind is the entire human race. If my son loses faith in himself, how will he be able to trust other people? If you have complete trust in yourself, you can trust other people. You can trust the work that you are doing. Right? This is a big order, the word order. Abraham Lincoln lastly is trying to tell his son's teacher that, sorry sir, this is a big order. And I know that it's a very big order. But see what you can do. My order is so big, my dear teacher. But what you can do, just try your best. Because he is such a fine little fellow, my son, because he is very fine born, he is so innocent. He is my son, because he is my son. Actually, this letter, even though is for his son, this letter is universal. You can take it universal because every father cares for his son. And he is sure that only his teacher can shine his son like a jewel. Right? Abraham Lincoln also has complete faith in his teacher. So So lastly, he uses the word, my son is a little fellow. Fellow is, you know, person. He's a small boy, and he's my son. He's very darling to me. He's very loving to me. Okay, that is again class this one. See what is important? What is there to neglect? We have to neglect the cynics. Again, I am discussing about the cynics. Cynics is the people who do not give importance to any person or thing. We have to neglect them. We have to make fun of them. Whenever you find a cynic person, you neglect that person or make fun of him. And to what he says, to be very much careful about sweet people because they are most dangerous. Also, when you are selling your muscular power and your brain means your ideas, when you are giving to someone, that person should be competent. That person should deserve it. You do not go and sell your muscular power and your brain to anyone. You should rather know that that person is good. But never put price tag on your soul. You cannot compromise with your soul. You cannot cheat your soul. You cannot sell yourself to other people. You can sell your labor. Children, there are people who sell their labor. They work to earn their livings. But do you think that they are selling themselves? No, never. We should not sell ourselves. We can sell our labor. We can sell our knowledge. We can sell our muscular power. Selling muscular power means you are working for earning money. Selling your brain means you are giving ideas. The lawyers, the doctors, they give advice. They do not give advice free of cost. They charge. That is selling their brains. But do they sell their soul? Community helpers or people who are aware of their responsibilities. They never sell their soul. So, and also to close his ears to holy mob and stand and fight when he thinks he is right. But when he is wrong, he must surrender. And also make him understand the value of difficulties in life, because without that he will not become a perfect person. Even the steel requires to have the taste of fire to become fine steel. So let my son to become impatient, as well as he should know when to become patient and when to become impatient. Let my son be brave. Teach him always to have supreme faith, sublime faith in himself, because then only he will be able to put faith. Already we have discussed about. And this is a big order, but Lincoln is quite sure that the teacher can do it. So he is again requesting that, see my dear teacher, what you can do for my son, because he is a very innocent, he is a little fellow, my son. Okay, hope you got understood the central meaning of the poem. You attempt the summary in your book. Whatever I have discussed, use your imagination. I don't believe that you are going word by word. You read your poem once, twice, close your books, and go to the corner and write what you learned from the poem. That won't be your summary, right? And one more thing, you read more about Abraham Lincoln and his freedom movement. Right? Thank you very much. Have a good day.